Hello, everybody, and welcome to Water Talk, brought to you by Water Online. We are broadcasting from AWWA's annual convention, and we are so excited to have with us today Taylor Gledhill. Taylor is Director of Marketing at Blue White Industries. Taylor, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
For folks that are watching, maybe they don't know too much about Blue White. Give us a little bit of background on the company.
Okay, so Blue White Industries is based out of Southern California, Huntington Beach. Mm-hmm. We've been in business for over 60 years, since 1957. And we've been delivering high performance water treatment solutions ever since then. And and we focus on simplifying chemical feed and fluid measurements through innovation.
Excellent. Awesome. I've actually visited your facility, and it is very, very cool. The factory floor, the manufacturing floor.
Yep.
Very, very neat. But I know you have a new product that you're excited about, the Flex Flow M5,
I do.
I believe. Yeah?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're super excited about this pump. We've been working on it for the past 5 years. Our engineering team and R&D team has been hard at work to bring this pump to our customers, and we can finally show it off. So it's pretty exciting. It's a high volume peristaltic metering pump. It's capable of delivering 9 gallons per minute with an impressive 10,000 to 1 turn down ratio.
Oh wow, yeah. That's great. So what kind of benefit does that bring to today's water and wastewater operators?
Okay, so typically pumps of this size require ancillary equipment to function. So you have to attach a motor to the pump head, and then you need what's called a variable frequency drive to control the speed of the motor. So you need all these external components to get the pump to work. So our pump is all inclusive. Basically, everything comes inside a sealed NEMA 4X enclosure. So you have the pump head, okay, and then you have an energy efficient BLDC motor, and then you have a 5-inch display for easy viewing, and then it's got touchscreen controls just like your smartphone, so it's intuitive icon-based menu navigation. And then you have for inputs and outputs, you have 6 M12 connection ports that are IP rated, so they protect against dust, moisture, vibration, changes in temperature. Basically protects against all the sort of like environmental stuff that you would expect from like an industrial application. And it's also got an Ethernet port for Ethernet IP. Nice. And and so everything's included in this pump. You don't have to deal with these sort of like Frankenstein contraptions where you're taking a pump head and you're slapping a motor to the back.
Sure.
And then you have to control it with a VFD. Everything's included in this pump.
I want to go back to something you mentioned, energy efficiency. This is obviously something we talk about a lot in the water industry. Let's dive in on that a little bit.
Absolutely. So yeah, energy efficiency is important. People are trying to save energy and save money. So this pump has an energy efficient BLDC motor, a brushless DC motor. So typically with pumps of this size in the marketplace, you have AC motors that are driving the pump. So the BLDC motor is 50% more energy efficient than these AC motors. Also, you don't, like I said, have to use a VFD to control the pump. So there's energy savings there too.
That is very cool.
Yeah,
that's a huge feature for sure.
Absolutely.
Now, I know there are a couple of other new products we want to make sure we leave some time to chat about because they're very, very cool.
Totally.
Chemical feed wall mount skid system. Tell me about that.
Okay. Yeah. So we make a line of skid systems, but now we have the new CHEM-FEED wall mount skid system. So the skid mounts directly onto a wall. So this is for really kind of tight fitting applications. Some of these application rooms, they're really crowded. There's just a lot of stuff they're packing into this room. So floor space is important. So you can mount the skid directly onto a wall. So you're reducing the footprint, basically, of your CHEM-FEED process. And then you can mount the skid at eye level. So it gives you unrestricted access to all the components. And then the CHEM-FEED wall mount skid system comes with 2 different configurations. So you have a single pump system and then a dual pump system. And then also something that's really cool, that's new, and this goes for all of our plastic skids, is we offer different plumbing materials for chemical resistance. So we have always offered PVC and CPVC, but now we offer Chem Pro line and PVDF. And then also the frame itself is made out of a chemically resistant polyethylene, and it's also reinforced for added strength.
Wow.
And then on the actual skid, there's handles. So users can carry the skid system and it'll fit through a normal sized doorway. So that the idea is to help simplify installations. See, when we design our products, we're always thinking about the operator.
Yeah.
You know, so how is this going to benefit the operator? How can this kind of simplify their day to day? So
for sure, that's a really thoughtful detail. I'm sure there are many of them, but that's really, you know, does it fit through a door?
These things, it's like we're just about to launch the product, and then we're like, wait, hang on, let's add handles to the skid.
I love that.
Yeah, so
this just shows like the innovation that is part of you guys,
it's
your
happening.
DNA at Blue White.
Absolutely,
yeah. Speaking of which, one more product to sneak in here.
Okay.
The MD1.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us
all right. So the MD1, it's not a new product, but and I feel like I'm constantly talking about this pump, but I think there's a good reason for it. You know, because it's a very unique pump in the marketplace. It's got multi-diaphragm technology, and what this does it allows this diaphragm pump to deliver a consistent flow rate. I should say nearly pulseless chemical feed against high system pressures.
Wow.
Okay, so the benefits of that is that it can let's see here. It's self-priming. It won't vapor lock or lose prime. So when you're pumping chemicals that off gas like sodium hypochlorite or PAA, it's not going to vapor lock, which is huge because diaphragm pumps typically struggle with pumping these chemicals at off gas. They'll lose prime, they'll lock up. So the pump is capable of doing this because of the dual diaphragm technology. So you have two diaphragms. When one diaphragm is in the suction phase, the other is in the discharge phase. So they're working together. And that is how it achieves this smooth chemical feed profile.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's kind of simulating the chemical feed profile of a peristaltic pump. So we make all sorts of great peristaltic pumps. This multi-diaphragm pump kind of mimics that technology. So it's got some of the best features and benefits of a diaphragm pump and a peristaltic pump combined. So you got the high pressure capability of a diaphragm pump, but then it can achieve 20 feet of suction lift like a peristaltic pump can actually achieve 30 feet. But 20 feet is exceptionally high for a diaphragm pump.
That's great.
So yeah, it's awesome. And it's got the added benefit of you don't have to deal with a tube. So you don't have to replace tubes, and you don't have to worry about chemical compatibility of tube assemblies. Like, I got to, make a tube selection for this specific application. What chemical am I going to be pumping?
Right.
You don't have to worry about that. We use a PVDF diaphragm, which is resistant against most chemicals you run into.
So it could pretty much tackle like whatever's going to be coming through it.
That's right.
So
yeah.
that's great.
Yeah. We have one other diaphragm. It's a flexoprene diaphragm, and that's for sodium hydroxide and stuff. But the PVDF diaphragm will handle most of what you throw out.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Uh-huh.
Gosh, Taylor, so many exciting things going on at Blue White. If people watching want to learn a little bit more about the products we talked about today or about the company in general, where would you send them?
Okay, so they would log on to our website at blue-white.com, or you can email us at sales@blue-white.com. Our team would be happy to answer any questions you have.
Excellent. All right. Well, great. Taylor, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks
we really
for having
appreciate
me.
it.
Yeah, I appreciate it too.
All right. For Water Talk and Water Online, I'm Angela Godwin.